Update on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial today. Today, what happened today is really something else. Although that the case was adjourned to 23rd of October 2025, then Justice Omotosho subsequently granted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 6 consecutive days, beginning from October 23rd, for him to open his case and close his defense. This is really shocking, He equally said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fit to stand trial, that all these ailments are not life-threatening, according to NMA. It is really shocking, Kai, may God help his children. May God really help his children. So the team led by the president of the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, has said that the ailment complained about by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not a life-threatening sickness or illness. Justice James Omotosho, on the other hand, had ordered the medical team to ascertain Kanu's actual health status following conflicting claims on the issue by medical experts engaged by the prosecution and the defense counsels. So in the panel's report submitted to the court on October 13 by the prosecution team led by Adegboyega Awomolo son, part of which was read in open court during Thursday's proceedings, it was stated that the defendant's ailment is not life-threatening. The team concluded that Kanu was fit to stand trial. Based on the information contained in the report and in the absence of any objection from lawyers to the parties, Justice Omotosho said the court was convinced that the defendant could proceed with the trial. Justice Omotosho subsequently granted the defendant 6 consecutive days, like I said earlier, beginning from October 23rd, to open and close his defense. The judge granted an oral application by his lawyer, Kanu Agabi, that Kanu's legal team be granted a private consultation opportunity with the defendant outside the premises of the Department of the State Services. Agabi said the defendant's legal team was afraid that its consultation with him could be tapped or recorded by the DSS. Justice Omotosho also acceded to Agabi's request that the private meeting with Kanu be held in the courtroom, during which only the defendant and his lawyers would be present. By the court directives, the private consultation meeting will be held within the courtroom between 9 a.m. and noon on October 22, while the trial will resume on October 23rd. This is really, really shocking. Anyway, on the other hand, Sowore is also mobilizing. He's still mobilizing, people ahead of Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's protest, which was earlier scheduled to hold on 20th of October, which happens to be Monday next week. This is really, really shocking. Also, on a video which has been going viral on the social media spaces, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was spotted saying that everybody must support this 20th of October's protest. It is very important that everyone must support it. And you can see where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Council, the special counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Aloy Ejimako, Barrister Maxwell Opara, and others were abusing. They were lamenting how sudden this particular open and close your trial defense is, coming from Omotosho, this and that. They didn't expect it, that this is just, all of a sudden. They did not expect this particular, statement coming from Justice James Omotosho. They were lamenting. The government are abusing, negotiating with bandits, with terrorists, but when it comes to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, they still want to continue trial, they still want to hold him captive, they still want to hold him, they still want to sentence him. Obviously, their plan is just to sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is obvious. That is their plan. Honestly, Sowore equally calls on Nigeria's Attorney General, this Justice Omotosho. Sowore told him to end Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's charred terrorism trial. So Sowore, in a post on his X handle today, being Thursday, said that the Federal High Court in Abuja sitting represents Nigeria's best opportunity to end the so-called terrorism trial once and for all. Human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore has equally called on the federal government to discontinue the ongoing terrorism trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, describing it as a charade, that undermines Nigeria's justice system. Yes, and that is it. Sowore started that for years. He stated that for years, Kanu has been subjected to a sham trial built on politics, prejudice, and suppression. He equally argued that the prolonged proceedings have deepened Nigeria's crisis of justice and further eroded public confidence in the rule of law. He equally urged the Attorney General of the Federation to file a null prosecution a formal motion to discontinue the trial, insisting that the case should never have been brought in the first place. He equally appealed to Justice James Omotosho to make history by standing on the side of the truth, fairness, and humanity by dismissing the charges entirely. Well, in this particular sentence, the Sowore asked this man to make history, to stand as someone that in the history of Nigeria, that he is the only justice that stands firmly on the side of the truth. The question now is, can Justice Omotosho do such? Omotosho is known as one of the corrupt, judges allegedly used by Nigerian government. He is the one that presided over the case of Nyesom Wike and Fubara. And that particular court case, he awarded it to Nyesom Wike against the sitting governor. That was why there was, and Fubara was suspended for 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. You get it? He has been the one that Nigerian government has been using against innocent Nigerian citizens. It's only this man that he has been winning all the corrupt cases for Nigerian government. We should be against the government. He's winning it in for them. And that is wrong. So he also appealed to Justice James Omotosho to make history. Can this man do so? According to him, ending the trial would help restore some dignity to the judiciary and spare President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration from further embarrassment, while giving Nigeria a chance to move beyond what he called a disgraceful chapter that has dragged on for far too long. The former presidential candidate stated, very soon, the Federal High Court in Abuja will begin today's sitting to continue the so-called terrorism trial of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which have just ended. And they have adjourned the case to October 23rd. It is really shocking. It is really, really shocking. The dignity of Nigeria judicial system has been thwarted under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And they don't want to save their face from further embarrassment, giving Nigeria a chance to finally move beyond the disgraceful chapter that has dragged on for far too long. They don't want to stop it. If you don't know, or you have forgotten how this last case started, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extradited all the way from Kenya in the year 2021. And they are still holding him. The question now is it because Kanu is an Igbo man? That is why they are treating him. The already concluded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial today has finally been adjourned officially. 23rd of October 2025. That is 3 days after the scheduled protest, the massive protest. How are we that this particular protest will turn to revolution? Because the way I'm looking at it, you see the way Nigerians are boiling, the way hardship are boiling, the way things are disturbing Nigerians this time. Honestly, Generations of Nigerians are about to wake up. Can Nigerian government take this? Protest never start na him President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don run dey go for Rome. You don run enter Rome. You really choke, guys. I mean, wetin una got to talk? Drop am for comment section.